and I'm gonna start this live stream here in a moment, but just wanted to share this live stream, make this live stream about my STAEDTLER Mars Technica pencil here. I gotta get a nice resting thing for this little piece right here because it's a little annoying to have this here. But we're gonna get started drawing here in a second. But let me see how I can pull up my channel to pull up my channel. I'm looking to experiment with sharing my live a little bit more. I don't usually share my lives. Usually people just happen to pop in and watch me, which I find very interesting. So let me see how I can actually share this. How do I actually share? How do I actually share my live? Because what happens is when I'm on my phone, what happens is it kind of so I have another phone, obviously, and it recognizes my live stream as like on my channel, so I can't actually visit my own live stream from my channel, I think. Oh, here we go. All right, here I can see now. All right, this is how I do it. Here's how I share. Copy link, and then live streaming. Here we are. So I hope you're all doing fantastic. Whoever's in here. Yo, okay. Well, we have Lord Omitsu. Omitsu in the room. Omitsu is here. The Lord Omitsu. Lord of Sector 525 of the land of Hazar. Getting a little funky right now. Join for art chat. Let's put the link here. You know what I just discovered is on Reddit. What I find interesting is that on Reddit, you can actually post directly like a YouTube channel, like you're like directly onto Reddit. You don't have to post in groups. I just realized that. So this is exciting. I'm gonna start sharing across multiple channels now. Let's see, where else should I go? Live drawing stream, come chat. And then I gotta figure out a good way to do this. So get that onto LinkedIn, onto X. Let's see where else we can put this. We'll see if it has any influence. I know most people probably don't care to watch drawing, but at least maybe I could find a few artists who are interested in just like, hey, look, I didn't realize that you could build a community on YouTube. But yes, here we are. So got a cat right here. Hey, say hello to the cats. So you got a couple cats right there. Pookie. Who wants to see cats while we're painting? Look at her. Look, she's so aware. She's so conscious. She's such a creative spirit. This young kitty. Let's bring this. Open this. What page? I've used up so many pages already recently. I'm almost out. Who wants to help me purchase another sketchbook? No, I think I have another sketchbook sitting around. At least two. All right, so this is a freshly sharpened STAEDTLER. This STAEDTLER is freshly sharpened. This 2mm lead holder has. I just absolutely love this thing. This 2mm lead holder, and I think it should be on. So you can actually set the you can actually set what type of lead you're currently using. So 1B, 2B, HB. And I'm pretty sure this should be on HB. I don't actually know what kind of lead this is. But let's get started here. So last we were here, we did, what head did we do? We got this guy. Finished on this face right here. Yep, we finished on this face. So let's continue and find some other faces. So Mr. Omizu is the other gentleman in the room. Gentleman. I don't know if he's gentle actually, but he is a gentleman. And he is an animator, or a animator slash cartoonist slash what is that? Book illustrator. So if you need one of those, there he is. Nice shout out to Mr. Omitsu, Mr. Lord Omitsu. I like to grab my cat's chins. Does anybody else like to grab their chin? Just like little, not like grab, but like just poke at the little chin. It's just so cute. Their little chins are just so tiny. Such tiny little chins they have, right? Cats are the perfect creative friend when they're not kittens. Even if they're kittens, they like to get all up in your junk, in your space. But, you know, as annoying as it is 99% of the time, I don't think I would have it any other way, really. So somehow it knows that this camera is looking right at its tail side. So hopefully she doesn't, I'll try to keep her from, there we go. No flashing, no mooning, people. Kitty, you know, she knows what, you know what you're doing. You're trying to show people your poo-poo side, your poo-poo area. All right, let's do some drawing. Yeah, can't pin down Omizu. He is a Renaissance man, a man of multiple talents, a man who is not limited by a single activity. The man Omizu. Actually, you know what? Now that I'm like saying all these like nice things, I feel like I should be listening to some self-help audio. Here, grab my self-help. Not gonna lie, I've been needing a little boost in self-confidence, self-esteem lately. A little boost in, you know, some awareness of like how I should do things and what I'm currently doing and all that jazz. And exercise is your kryptonite, dude. That sounds horrible. And I'm listening to this program, so I'll show all of you this program that I use. Let's go. Here is what I'm listening to for personal growth slash self-help. We got The Optimal You by Dennis Waitley and Thomas Budzinski. And basically all it does is they whisper sweet things into your ear. And supposedly it's supposed to be subliminal motivation, as you can see, subliminal. It's not really subliminal because you can actually hear it, but I think the true definition of subliminal is like below the ability, your ear's ability to sense it. And one thing that's great is it's got like music tied to it, so I don't really like hear the words, but you know what? I'm not gonna lie, I definitely feel its effects. I definitely feel the effects of the subliminal messaging in my mind. You know, because at some point, you know, the reality is sometimes we do need people to tell us good things about ourselves, right? Like, I know it sounds stupid. I know it sounds like, you know, there's like super motivational gurus who say, you know, self-esteem is self-esteem. There's a reason why self-confidence is a self thing. But I think as I get older, I realize that sometimes, we have to find ways to build ourselves up, even, when we can't do it ourselves. And, there's no reason that people can't do it themselves, but I think it helps to, allow yourself to hear from other people. And you know what? You can't like pay people to tell you good things about you. That's like a weird thing to do. I can't, go pay. I mean, I guess I could, but it's like a weird job, right? You can't really, you never see on an ad on Craigslist that's like, hey, I want to pay someone to just sit in my living room and tell me all the good things about myself. So, and it is important to have that type of, that activity, especially if you're having some challenges in your life, if you're going through some things. It sounds cheesy, but, and honestly, I don't think I would ever actually hire someone to do that. Although technically I did with this audiobook that I'm listening to. But, it's different. It's different in this case. Um, but you know what? There's some powerful things, and at the end of the day, I think you have to balance this type of stuff that I'm talking about, this program that I'm listening to, with positive things. You gotta have the balance, right? You gotta take care of your own mental attitude. You gotta take care of your own mental health, your own mental prosperity. But at the same time, it helps to have some um, outside guidance. Let's call it just outside guidance. So Mr. C says you're working on a GIF including your interpretation of Michelangelo's David. Awesome, man. Thank you for sharing that. And I like that you feel comfortable sharing it without like, me having to ask. Because, I do feel as if there are people that, come in here and they want to talk about something that they worked on, talk about things, talk about their artwork. And I want to say that, hey, people, I am totally open to anybody who wants to share something that they're working on. Truly am. Um, I feel like I repeat this a lot, but it's because I truly believe it. That I want to share other people's art channels and ideas and whatever. So here we go. And just drawing in with our pencil. This is a STAEDTLER Mars Technico lead holder. STAEDTLER. I don't know if that's the actual correct pronunciation, but it sounds right. So this should come down. That's fairly accurate. And we're going to go like so. So amazing. Omizu is making a GIF. Dude, you could totally uh, make GIFs an interesting thing that you can offer on like Adobe. Adobe, what do they call it? The Adobe Store. I don't know if you've ever tried that. I've like a couple graphic designs. I've tried selling a couple graphic designs on the Adobe Store, the Adobe Stock Store, I guess is what you would call it. And here we go. And then this line should be right around here. Let's get the conversation started. Yes, so I see out of the couple people that are lurking in this live, yeah, let's all have a conversation, right? What can we build? I have this occasionally I work as a background actor on film and TV shows. So if you don't know what a background actor is, basically like if a movie is filming a scene, like say in a coffee shop, and they need people to be in a coffee shop, they don't actually have real people in that coffee shop because, those people, not only if it's a huge star, not only is that a possible problem, but, they want control over the licensing, the rights to your photos, the rights to your likeness. There's a lot of possible problems that could come up if they just use regular people. So that's a problem. And because of that, they have what's called professional background actors, professional extras. If I'm not going to use the euphemism, the industry term to make background actors sound more professional is the professional background actor, right? We are a group of people that actively and professionally work as background actors, not extras, background actors. If you call them an extra, they'll be offended. But at the end of the day, these restaurants, every scene that takes place in a city street, they need extras, they need background actors. And yes, I occasionally do that for work. Actually, I do that for work quite often. And with that said, what's oh yeah, where was I going with this? You know what? I have no clue where I was going with that because I was so focused on making these lines right here. Let me try to rewind here. If anyone can remind me about what I was saying prior to talking about why did I even bring up the fact that I work as an extra? I have no clue. What you know what? Um, something about the two people lurking. Anybody? Any help? No? All right. Well, if I can figure it out, I will get back to it. But anyway, here we go. It had to do with something about people like just lurking or something, right? Or no? Whatever. I get derailed. I was going to share a cool Hollywood story, people, but nobody wants to hear it? Not one person? And right now, I seem to be feathering these edges a little too much. So I'm gonna try to reduce that feathering element of it, and then give these lines a little bit more of a curve, a natural curve here. And here we go. So we're gonna go back to this. And here we go. Get that lip right there. Bring this down. curve this in a little bit so the chin's not too harsh. Curve this around. And I'm not too big of a fan of this like feathering that's happening as I make some of these wider as I shape the nose, but it's all good. I'm gonna keep going as long as we get the idea here. I'm happy. All right, we're gonna go curve this down and then curve that around a bit. And it really helps to have a nice sharp pencil for this. And let's go like this. Good old STAEDTLER. I love this pencil, by the way. I love this pencil here. So we're going to curve this in a bit. And it's going to come down. And then let's see, bring this. And here we go. Get this eye up here. And how do we tackle this? Yes, there we go. And let's see what's next. All right, let's do this other face right here. Oh yeah, we got 5 faces before we move on to ears. We got ears next. How exciting is that? I love drawing ears. So let's go bam. And then let's see what this looks like. We're gonna go bam. And let's go down here. Let's go. This nose should come right down around here. Let me draw a line straight through. So right around here is where we're going to end. So it's going to come down out like so. And then here we are. We're going to go bring this down. And bring this up right here. And Here we go. Go like so. Bam. Now let's do some other important stuff. We're going to go get the eye here. And I could take solace in the fact that as long as I get these things to be in about the same general area as I'm seeing up here, things are going to be right. Things are going to be okay. Things are going to look correct. And it's just a constant state of just looking back at the drawing here and just estimating, like, you know, how it's looking. And here we go. So I'm going to go right down here. Right down here. And then bring this down. And boom. And then bring this down some more. And then boom for the eyes. And away we go. So as you can see, I'm pretty much just copying from this. Now, what effect does this actually have on drawing skill? The biggest thing is just training your perception, training your ability to look at something and feel confident that you can capture it either accurately or at least, you know, somewhat correctly. Doesn't necessarily need to always be super accurate, but you know, actually with this program, this piece that I'm studying right now, oh, this is so off. I think this needs to go down here. And just coming around with the chin here. And there we go. So now all we got to do is, let's see, let's add a little bit of some this piece right here. And then we're going to go right around here. Let's go like so. And so let's go ahead and look at this piece right here and figure out how to turn this into this. So pretty straightforward. We're going to start with this little hairline area. And I think what this creates is a shadow around the front of the head. Let's go like that. Actually, you know what? The problem with me saying that is because I'm pretty much making it up. I'm trying to interpret this section when, you know, this book is really, this course, the Bargue drawing course, is really about copying exactly, without tracing. And if I try to add my own twist and spin to things, obviously that kind of removes the whole idea that, you know, what the truth is. The truth is here. The truth shall set you free. So the truth is obviously right here, and me trying to come up with interpretations of what should be here and shouldn't be here is, is probably pulling away from the actuality of what the Bargue course was aiming to do, which is teaching people to draw, teaching people how to capture a classical style accurately. And yes, the classical style is fairly outdated now, but that said, so there we go. Let's see. And let's round out some of this area here. It's easier to round out if you don't make such harsh corners like I have. And I think that's one of the things that I did do a little bit too often. Ooh, excuse me. And classical is out. AI generated. Yes, AI generated. Who here is an AI artist? Raise your hand. You're banned. You are banned. You're never allowed back here again. I wonder if I have a delay set for my chat. I know that's actually a good idea, but do I have a delay on my chat? Let's see. Supposedly live. No, I don't want highlights. I don't want flash. I don't know. I think that's something you have to set at the beginning of your live stream. So we'll come back to that another day. But here we go. Let's go like this. So bam, wham, bam. Bring this up. Bring that nose. Give that nose some shadow. We're gonna go like. This is the second time I made this eye so like close. This is the second time that I made this like. And there we go. Let's see how that's looking. That's looking all right. Not too bad. I thought it looked worse from close. Also, it doesn't help that the light reflects on all of the lead or all of this like pencil stuff. And it makes it really hard to see from my angle. Sometimes it can be hard to tell if I'm shading correctly. But, you know, that speaks to the importance of having the right environment where you do your work. and it's not necessarily best. Oh yeah, hey everybody, this is an AI video brought to you by Emmett Ferguson, the good old AI. This is an AI voice. You know what? I did lend my voice black paper, white pencil. That's actually a good idea. But I actually did lend my voice to AI one time. Uh Yeah, actually, you know what? I can't talk about it because I'm pretty sure I signed an NDA, so I can't talk about it. But um, yes, you might find me on a major platform as a photo, as an AI figure. Now they don't get to steal my whole likeness, but they did use me for some research purposes, which you can never really know what the research purpose is. Speaking of which, there was like this project that was paying people to lend their faces to AI for like some sort of therapy, and I haven't submitted to that, but maybe I will one day. So Michael Wilbur is here. Michael Wilbur. Michael Bobikel. And here we go. We'll keep working through. We will work through the night. Was it an adult film? Maybe. Maybe Ferguson, the therapist for the night? Yes. If you need therapy, here I am. Who's got a problem? Who's got a life problem that they want solved? We'll solve it in one sitting. Any problem you have in this one sitting. That's how good we are. Imagine that. Is there anybody who can claim that? I don't know. There we go. Art therapy, one sitting. Go do art. Fix your problem. Your problem solved. Yeah. This thing is annoying. This cable here. So I have a cable here that keeps getting in the way of my drawings, but I have no way to move it because no matter what, it gets in the way. Unless I flip my camera, but then the camera won't be right. What should I do? If I could only make it reach a little bit further, I could like tie it around something. But otherwise, it just keeps getting in my darn painting drawing area. Maybe I could put it underneath. Let me try to draw this underneath here. Move the table. Wow. Can you imagine if I actually did something like move the table? I don't think, let's see, this is going to go straight down to here, and then I can't possibly do something so challenging as moving the table, dude. You're asking for too much. It would make it way too easy to do the work. We always have to create challenges and obstacles in our lives. Otherwise, our life is too easy. Therefore, I will not accept your advice and continue to make it harder upon myself to succeed. I reject your wisdom, Michael. Your wisdom is rejected. How does that feel? Are you angry? Is that your advice? You know, I do know an artist. If you look him up on Instagram, his name is Rad City. I did a group show with him, and he actually got into drawing by. He has a lot of his sketches, his ink, marker ink, whatever sketches, and they were all mostly done while he was driving. That was how he got into drawing. Was he was just bored one day, stuck in LA traffic, and he was like, "Hey, you know what? Why don't I make use of the time that I'm given and not waste it in traffic doing nothing, and let me do some drawing?" Now, I don't know if that's actually what he thought, because I don't know. You know, I don't read minds, but based on what he said to me, that I think that echoes the general concept there. And here we go. So this line needs to go right here. Hey, Michael, sketch on horseback during a race. Yes, yes. Paint while pogoing. Yes, dude. Omisa, you are thinking like one of the greatest content creator marketers who has ever lived. If you were an artist and you want to make viral content as well as brilliant paintings, you should listen to Omizu's advice right now, because what he is sharing is what people pay tens of thousands of dollars for. The wisdom that Omizu is sharing about making content and his ideas are ideas that are literally worth tens of thousands of dollars. People would pay to go to seminars to hear of these outrageous ideas that you can do for marketing. People will pay tens of thousands of dollars for this marketing wisdom that Omizu is sharing. And he's doing it right here, giving it to us all for the very low cost of free 99. Free 99 unless you want to become a channel member for the very low cost of $2.99 per month. But if you do want to become a channel member, that is an open opportunity. However, Omizu has granted us this amazing insight into how to become a viral artist on YouTube for the very low price of a little bit of your time and attention. And I guarantee that if anybody uh, is willing to paint while on a pogo stick, or sketch on a horseback during a race, or draw while in a moving vehicle, which I do not recommend. Please do all of this must be done safely. Always speak with a professional stunt person and have emergencies ready. These are very dangerous activities, so although I do not actually recommend them without a safely trained professional and people, there's pretty much a guarantee that you'll get at least a couple thousand views.
Hi!
Hey, babe.
How are you?
Hey. But if by the off chance that you do not become viral by doing some of this wisdom that Omizu has shared, just show us that you have made an attempt at those activities, and we will guarantee you something back. Not your time, not money, but perhaps our gratitude back. We will give you back our gratitude. Did that make sense? Can you give back your gratitude? Can you give your gratitude back to somebody? I don't know. I don't think that actually made sense. But if you're analyzing with the words coming out of my mouth too closely, then you are doing it wrong. You are living...
Dishes! Yay!
You're living wrong. You are living under the guise that I am a genius expert. And I have to promise you that I'm not. But Omizu is. Lord Omizu of Sector 5793 of the state of Huzzah is a genuine, bona fide member of Hensa. Not Mensa, but Hensa. Huzzah's Ensa. Huzzah Ensa. All it the thinker. Okay. So we're going in with these faces. As you can see, you can't see this face right now because it's all the way on the end. But let me try to bring it closer. And all I'm doing, people, is just copying. That's all I'm doing. Some might say that there's no talent here. Some might say that this is really easy. Some might say this is more boring than watching paint dry. But you know what? I'm enjoying this. And I urge any adult alive who has ever wanted to learn how to draw, or has ever had a dream of becoming an artist, or just needs a hobby. You know, if you even need a hobby, pick up drawing. Drawing is a fantastic hobby because you take it anywhere you go. As far as like good hobbies are concerned, like it doesn't hurt anybody. It can only benefit you. And you know, compared to other hobbies, it's actually not that expensive. Can you imagine, like, drawing is not that expensive of a hobby? It can be, because you could get so sucked into... you could totally get sucked into, you know, buying all the nicest pencils and all the courses. And maybe there's, like, an upstart cost, right? We could call that, like, an upstart cost, is taking courses, buying classes, going to your local drawing studio to find a live model. These are all things that can start to add up. But at the end of the day, it's not the most expensive thing you can possibly do. But you can gain so much. You get to work with your hands, which is a reward in itself. And I would totally urge any adult to consider this craft here. So here we go. And I recommend this, not this specific book, but if any of you look up Charles Bargue. This book is a reprint of the original. The original is actually in the public domain, but if you look up Bargue drawing course, you could pretty much find this online anywhere, sometimes for free, or you could get yourself a digital reprint, or not a digital, but a physical hard copy reprint like this. Now, of course, if I'm working physically, I like to have it right in front of me, to have it side by side. And you can already see some issues with my drawing, by the way. Who wants to criticize my drawings? Who wants to be my teacher? So, what you could tell is all of my measurements are pretty inaccurate, which is the biggest problem here. Like, you can see that my lines are a little bit longer if I was to lay this over, which I don't feel like pulling it out, but most of my lines are a bit bigger. I tend to overestimate the size of these lines, overestimate the size of these lines, and then draw them here and all that. So you do what you got to do, but at the end of the day, you will find your way. At the end of the day, you'll find your way. There's a rhyme right there that that will help many, many people. So, who else has something that they want a sales video on? Because we could pitch Omizu's channel. Let's pitch Omizu's wonderful, wonderful channel. The highly talented artist, Mr. Omizu Paints, is a highly talented illustrator and pop artist who is incredible at disfigurizing cats. And I don't mean that in a physical way, which could sound kind of violent, but I mean that in a totally positive way as you're drawing. If you've ever wanted your cat drawn in a unique, creative, artistic, almost Picasso-like way, Omizu Paints is your person. He can create a cat and turn it into its own very unique design that's never been copied before, as far as I know. And all you need to do is pop over onto his channel and just say hello and send him your commission request. And I imagine that Omizu Paints will be open arms. Now, I honestly don't know if Omizu is open to commissions right now. He might be closed, except for the right customer, but for the right person, I imagine Omizu will do all sorts of wonderful things for you as far as art goes. But I definitely know that Omizu can draw a mean Picasso's cat. He can do a mean Picasso's cat. And if you don't know what that is, well, it's worth looking up because it is an iconic cat. We all know Pablo Picasso, and he had an iconic cat. And, Omizu has mastered the art of the Picasso cat, which very few people on this planet could probably say, because how many people do you know have made a drawing called Picasso's cat? None, except Pablo Picasso. I don't know a single other person that has done a Picasso's cat. Now, I'm not saying that if I was to research and actually look that up, I'm not saying that I wouldn't find that, but since I've never looked it up, as far as my ignorance is aware of, it does not exist. Therefore, in my view, in my narrow worldview, Omizu is the top authority on Picasso's cat. And all of you are here in the presence of Lord Omizu of Sector 53275 of the land of Huzzah. And with that, there we go. Spin plates on sticks, somersaults and cartwheels. You have done Wilbur's cat called First Date. What? I'm kind of confused as to what you're saying about Wilbur's cat. Look at this cat. She's checking you out. Scout, what do you want from these people? Say hello. His eyes are so beautiful. This cat's eyes. Show me your eyes, young kitten. His eyes are so beautiful, aren't they? There's beautiful amber color. I don't know if all black cats have these beautifully colored eyes, but they're so amber. These cats have the most beautiful features. Yes, kitty. You cannot have the cat. If you honestly, you cannot have the cat. I was gonna say, honestly, if you wanted to really, really, really adopt him and you promised a good home, in my mind, it could be a possibility. but I know my partner would disagree. And the only reason why I say this is because we originally fostered them. So we fostered them with the intent to help them get adopted, but we ended up adopting them because nobody wanted these lovable kittens. And, I think it's important to, continue helping kittens find homes. What are you doing, kitty? What do you want? You want to get on this thing here? You want the world to see what you're about? Let's show the world what you're about, huh? Let's show this. Scout! Hey, don't bite that. Young kitty. Scout, you're breaking the fourth wall. You're not supposed to look right into the camera, dude. That's weird. Yes. What is happening? Hey, get down. Get down. Off the camera. The best part about this kitten, look at her eyebrows. Isn't it hilarious that she has like these like little white eyebrows above her eyes? So cute. Yes. Look in the camera. Look at her eyebrows. Yes. These cute little white eyebrows that just surround her face. All right, Scout. Oh, you got boogers in your eyes, dude. Get these boogers out of your face. Why are you so dirty? How'd you become such a dirty cat? It's gunky. Why is he so dirty? Does anybody else want to make noises when they squeeze their cats? Like, I just want to make grunting noises as I'm like petting them. But I'm holding myself back because we're streaming and I don't want to seem too weird. More cats, less strong. I don't know. I don't think that doesn't really fit my brand. Look at his teeth. He has such big teeth. He's got the most handsome teeth. Look at these little chompers right here. They are deadly. Some deadly chompers on this guy. He's ready to fall asleep. Scout, tell us about your day. How is your evening going, my friend? Have you been napping all day, or are you about to take another nap? Yes. He's like, no ear. Don't tickle my ear, bro. What do you want? What are you sniffing? Yes, kittens. Hey, nope. Don't scratch paper. Right? Gosh, they're cute. Someone else draw the cats. Omiza, you draw the cats. You draw the cats, man. I guess I could draw the cats another day, but I'm so focused on this one activity that to derail myself, I would totally lose focus and attention. But let's enjoy these cats for another minute or two before we move back to our activity. Right, kitty? I just love, he's got so many great features, this guy. Like, not only does his fur look like black velvet, but he's just like the sweetest little thing. The most sweet cat that just likes to chill sometimes. He's a little dirty. I don't know how he gets so dirty, because his sister's always grooming him and, like, you know, trying to lick his face and stuff. But somehow he's like such a dirty cat, but he's so cute and he's so shiny. And when I say dirty, he's like always dusty. I was gonna name him. Dusty was one of the names we were considering for him. But he's also like, he's just got this beautiful nose that just like, yes. But he's got this beautiful nose that like, that just blends in perfectly with his velvet fur. I want to raise the popularity of black cats above any other cat, because the other cats are already all very popular. All right, where's my pencil? Here we go. We're gonna get back to drawing here. It's enough of a break. We have to be dedicated. You gotta be dedicated, people. Yo, that's a good idea, music. Taping pencils to cat. Yeah. All right, so let's get back to this piece right here. Let me see how this face goes. I was doing this one over here. So there's some details right there. A detail right there. And let's get some of these mouth things. This piece is totally different than see this line. I don't understand this line. It's not very helpful because it creates this big, all this stuff that you can't really draw over it. Bam, right there. Bam, right there. Boom. And I don't know, it doesn't look too good, but divide the head into 3. You want to see a wart? All right, let's do a wart. So it looks like the shadow. Let's see, where's the shadow? The shadow looks like it's going down there. So the light is coming from the top left. I think the top left is the traditional way the light would shine. Is the traditional classical way. So yeah, so top left to the bottom right, which means if I had a wart, the shadow would be underneath here. There we go. A little wart on his nose. Who else wants a feature on any of these characters? Divide the head into 3. A face tat. Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Here we go. Y'all are geniuses. Let's give this guy some teardrop tattoos. Some teardrop tattoos. And let's give give this eye and we could give this fella a nose ring. Round this section out a little bit. Round that out. And then let's see, a nose ring going this way would be like an oval, right? So give that guy a nose ring. This guy's got some face tattoos. I'm going to tattoo the word love on his eyebrows. And let's go like this. Let's give this guy, what would be like a cool haircut for this dude to have? That I could actually show like right here. You know what? So this is like the center of his head. So I guess like right here, we could give some cornrows, right? Get some cornrows up here. I don't think that's actually how you draw cornrows, but it's all good. And then give him some hair right there. And let's say, should we color his whole eye black? Or shade his whole eye to give him like, make him look scary. Some jacked up teeth. Well, it's too late for the teeth stuff now, but how about you said sweatband? Oh yeah, it's a very small forehead, isn't it? Let's see. Jacked up teeth, sweatband. Who can have a sweatband? This guy could probably have a sweatband. So let's go like this. All right, can I use the Nike symbol? I probably can't use the Nike symbol, so I'm going to make up my own symbol. I don't know if this is actually a symbol of a sport company. It basically looks like a telephone. But if it's not, I'm copywriting it, trademarking it right now. This symbol as the symbol of a fitness company. I wonder when the first brand was invented. Like the first like modern brand, like the first time someone was like, hey, let me put this logo and just call it my stuff. Like I know back in the day, blacksmiths and carpenters would like stamp their name onto things. But when was the actual brand, the modern use of a brand made? All right, so I'm going to use up the rest of this paper on this side for this next figure right here. Let's see. We're still on this one? Wow. We haven't done anything, people. This is such a unproductive drawing session because we've only done we've probably only done like 3 drawings so far. Is that bad? Is this bad to not have 20 drawings in an hour? All right, let's go like this. This is just slightly not straight. All right, and this nose is going to come down here. And let's see, where was this? Oh yeah, this is right here. We're going to go straight across. And we're going to go like this. So this pretty much needs to go like right there. And right like that. And what's up? You want Zoomy to be your dog's brand name. What do you think? Zoomy! Dude, that's really good. Zoomy. If it's not taken already, that's really good. Zoomy. Let's all claim brand names right now. So, on paper or on video, Michael has claimed the brand name Zoomy. So nobody on the planet is ever allowed to take that name without paying royalties to Michael Wilbur, as an unofficial representative who has no experience in copyright, and I have no credibility in saying this, and none of this could probably hold up in a court of law. I don't know. Maybe it could, but Michael seems to be claiming the name Zoomy right now. So there we go. I wonder if like the idea of video, if it existed back when like copyright law was first made, if you could just make a video and say, hey, I'm going to start using this name, this brand name, if enough to be like, oh yeah, that's copyrighted. That's trademark, dude. So here we go. Anybody, by the way, anybody who's here right now that wants to have their own marketing or sales pitch right now, let me know. You could pitch your artwork, you can pitch your business, you can pitch anything your heart desires in this channel, as long as it is mostly friendly for humanity, as in, you can't, do something really weird and harmful. But other than that, I'm pretty much open to most things, most ideas. For those that are interested, just jump in, share your YouTube channel, share your Instagram page, share whatever it is that excites you in your life right now that you would want more people to hear about. And let's make artwork. Right? Let's make artwork, people. That's what we're here for. Art. For the sake of art. Just duct tape the brushes to my fingers. The hard part is not picking up a brush for several months. Push through the pain. Got painter's cramp from your fingers painting. Ugh, not good. Zoomies. All right. Well, if some company already owns a trademark, it's. Oh, this is annoying. I never noticed this before, but these two heads are the exact same heads. So should I actually spend the time to redraw it, or should I just and be totally literal with everything I do and draw it? Or should I exercise my humanity and go with something else here. When I say exercise my humanity, I mean exercise my thought process and be like, this is probably a print error. He probably doesn't actually want, it's probably not actually supposed to be drawn twice in a row. And, you know, maybe I don't need to. My critical thinking, right? Humans are humans because of our ability to think critically. And if we don't exercise that ability, then, you know, we're not really humans. We're just organic breathing machines that take up oxygen. So you're 20 Tezos. Hey, dude. All right, Omizu, congrats. Omizu, did you say, where did you mint your stuff? Let's pull it up. Let's pull up Corey's, aka Omizu's NFTs. Can you send me a link to my Instagram on where exactly your NFTs are? And we will go ahead and pull them up. Now, I do want to say that although I support NFTs, I also realize that there's a lot of scams, and this is, you know, NFTs aren't like a financial, they shouldn't be considered financial instruments, right? They are literally just buying art. Most of the time, if you get really technical, an NFT is not necessarily all digital art NFTs are NFTs, but not all NFTs are digital art. So with that said, you know, we're not talking finances here. We're not talking money. We're just solely talking about NFTs as a digital asset, as a visual digital asset. And Omizu is a creator of NFTs here. And you know what? There's a lot of, you know, the only scam that, well, there's a lot of scams running, but the major scam that's running right now for us artists here is one, people selling NFTs that aren't actually part of that are copies of the original NFT. So that's something to be conscious of. And one thing you do to protect yourself that way is to look through the history of the NFT you're purchasing. If it was minted 1 week ago and it only has 3 or 4 other addresses attached to it, then it might be a scam. But if you have an NFT and you could track it back to the original makers of it, then it's probably an original. And you know, we just have to be conscious of the scams that are running. But some of the other NFT scams right now are really targeted towards artists. They're trying to tell artists like, hey, you know, we want to turn your paintings into NFTs. And that is the dumbest thing. Like, everybody who is trying to do that is just dumb. I swear. Because, I mean, you know, obviously they're targeting people who know nothing about NFTs. But it's like, if anybody knows NFTs, it's just, you know, they're not going to artists and trying to turn physical images into, you know, an NFT. They can attach a blockchain token to that painting, but most of the people are just not doing that. And you know, I can't stand these people that are messaging me. They're scam artists that are like, hey man, I really like, and it's always the same exact message. They never change their messaging. They must be fooling lots of people. But it's always like, hey man, we really like your art. Please, we'll turn it into an NFT. And you know, their messaging is so dumb. They use AI people, fake AI people to on the accounts, which you can clearly tell is like a fake account. It's always the same exact like type of person. And yes, I could go on and on, but it is just such a dumb scam. Can't stand it. and I just want to call out how bad the scam is. And you know, I'm calling it dumb because maybe that'll make more people feel more strongly against it, so that they don't get scammed themselves. Because I don't think you necessarily have to be dumb to fall for it, right? I think it can be easy to fall for it because so many people are talking about NFTs. But if you even become aware or conscious of how NFTs work and you just do a little bit of research, you realize that, like, you know, if someone wanted to turn your art into an NFT, they would not be messaging you the way they are. And, you know, it's actually quite complicated to make an actual physical object, a physical painting, an NFT. It's easy to make a digital paint piece into an NFT, but I don't know. I can't stand NFT scammers. They ruin it for everybody, and they're dumb. They never do anything unique or creative. They run the same exact scam over and over, or they attempt to run the same scam over and over. They're dumb. NFT scammers, you're all dumb. So, yeah. So, let's see. They sell it, how you're in Tezos. So, an NFT. Oh, yeah, I can actually draw out an NFT after I finish this figure. This guy's chin is way too small. We're gonna enlarge it, but let me finish this guy, or this female guy or woman. I'm not exactly sure. It doesn't really matter. But let me finish this one. So I'm actually gonna sketch out an NFT. So let's explain NFTs with a drawing here. So I actually wrote this book. The Artist's Guide to Forge a Path in NFTs. So here we go. I'm actually going to pull it up right now. You can buy it on Amazon. Amazon.com. Emmett Ferguson, the Artist's Guide to Forge a Path in NFTs. Now I have since stopped really using making NFTs. Here we go. So this is a book. Yes, it only has a 2.5 rating, but that's okay. It's still a good book in my opinion. I co-wrote it with something. So this is the Simple Artist's Guide to Forge a Path in NFTs. It's on Amazon if you want it. Emmett Ferguson. I co-wrote it with Steve Bagianski. It's got 2.5, but I guarantee you get a ton of helpful information in it, even if a couple crappy reviews. But, so let's talk about it. Let's talk about NFTs, right? So here you have something called the blockchain, and we all know the blockchain. And an NFT, and this is basically like hundreds of millions of things that can't be changed, that just keep growing and growing and growing. Every input onto this blockchain, this part cannot be changed. So, like, let's just say an NFT, as has been mentioned, is a non-fungible token. So, non-fungible token. And all that means is that basically the fungibility of it, you can't, like, alter it. It's just like, you know, it is what it is. And basically when you mint onto the blockchain, so you're minting. So, let's do the blockchain. Let's do a bunch of blocks, actually. So let's say you want to mint a new NFT. You would mint it right here. So let's call this like your NFT. It's something different. And you mint it onto the blockchain. And then you're the owner. So we'll call Omi the first owner. And he mints this. Now, this is permanently on the blockchain. This event right here is permanently on this blockchain forever, for eternity. It can never be changed, and you can trace it all the way back to Omizu as the original minter. And if someone else buys it, someone else can verify that this is from Omi if they happen to know on the page, and then they could buy this same exact one. I'm gonna try to draw this awkward shape again, and then they just do that. Just keep buying it, and just anytime it gets sold, it just continues to create this blockchain, and it just continues. And this cannot be altered. This cannot be altered. This cannot be altered. This cannot be altered, and just for eternity until for people to buy it. I don't know why it's only 2.5. I co-wrote it with someone. Maybe, it did. It was so my book about NFTs. Maybe I think the biggest problem with my book is most people want to know about NFTs and how to get rich. But the problem is that NFTs in itself is just a technology, right? It's just this thing, this little capture of a digital asset on the blockchain. That's all it is. And you know what? I can't tell people what NFTs to buy. I can't tell people which NFTs are going to go big. I can't tell them which art they're going to buy. But I can only tell people how the blockchain works, how to mint something, and at the end of the day, you have to forge your path. But first of all, you just need the basics of just getting into NFTs, getting onto the platform. And this is why, this right here is why the value of NFTs and why it mostly works for digital art. So now let's talk about physical versus digital, right? Versus digital. So this makes sense for anything digital because Omi is going to publish this and say, hey, this is my GIF of Michelangelo, right? Michelangelo, the Mona Lisa, woman with hair, right? So this is my Mona Lisa here. And Omi is going to be like, this is my Mona Lisa. It's in digital. This is the only place and the first place I ever uploaded. It's on a blockchain. It's there forever, tied, and people could buy it for eternity. And they can track it all the way back to the original owner, the original minter. So that's digital, right? Very easy because you can just upload it. But with the physical, what you can do is, yes, you could also turn it into the digital and people can own the image forever. But here's the question. Who owns the actual physical painting right here? The physical painting of the Mona Lisa. So that's where the gap in technology is. You can own the physical, you can own the digital image of the physical painting, but still there's not necessarily a system for transferring the physical image reliably. So that's where the real huge gap is, right? If you're ever doing physical art, it doesn't matter that you can upload the NFTs and images. But as far as the physical art trade goes, most people have not figured out a system. Now, I'm sure, now there is a way, right? There's a way. Say on the reverse side of a canvas, you have a barcode. And on the reverse side, there's a barcode. And that actually ties to the NFT. But that's not going to prevent any future people from not only forging the painting, but forging the barcode as well. So, say you have a barcode, you can make the barcode on the blockchain. You can put the actual barcode onto the blockchain and tie that barcode to this one specific painting. But again, if you can copy this barcode and copy the painting, you could hypothetically forge it. That's where the future of physical art dealers can possibly be, is if they can be the reliable middle person between the original with the barcode plus the final source and being able to track that all back, then you've got a winning idea for the future of art. But at the end of the day, the digital is just the digital. If you want to sell digital art, great, that's obvious. If you want to sell the digital graphic of the physical, that's cool too, just as good as prints or whatever. But if you're actually trying to track the original physical version of this painting, there needs to be some sort of barcode system that attaches to this links both the physical painting and the digital asset. And it could, again, so the NFT isn't the painting itself. The NFT is this barcode that demonstrates that this is the original physical painting on the blockchain. And of course, this might not be that this might be a challenge for anything long term like paintings that last 100 years, but where can this actually make sense, right? This could actually make sense, wine barrels. So, wine barrels, if you have a storage place for a wine barrel and they can reliably track wine barrels as NFTs, and every one has a unique barcode tied to the barcode, which is the NFT tied to the asset, then you can obviously you can easily trade these barrels of wine for wine traders, or even real estate. They're talking about real estate. I don't think it's really picked up yet, but you tie a piece of real estate to a deed. The deed is posted on the blockchain, and then the deed gets passed on for eternity or whatever. But of course, houses change too over time. So I think the current state of NFTs, as far as physical asset trade, is really mostly for things that are going to be sold and traded within, and then used within the next 5 to 10 years. But anything like long term, houses could change, demolished, the original house changed forms. So how do you manage all that? That's really complicated. But for one-off commodities or luxury commodities or luxury goods that have a lifespan of 5 or 10 years before their final use, molasses, maybe even gold. I don't know about gold ingots, but molasses, rice barrels, other things. But anyway, I could be wrong on the exact asset use. But yes, you could document the paintings in many ways and mint all that information on blockchain. Now you have provenance. Exactly. Love the kitty shadow. The original has the artist similar to storefront, which is like a fingerprint. Yes, fingerprint. Exactly. That's what people are calling it. But it's immutable. It's unchangeable. You can't alter what has already happened here. That is totally unchangeable. You cannot change this. It is impossible. So that's the beauty of the blockchain, and that's what makes it a unique asset. But again, somebody could forge it. Somebody could copy Omi's design and then post it on another blockchain, right? Somebody could copy Omi's design and try to sell it. Let's say, we're not going to say Michael did it, but let's say we're going to make up a fake name. Jazori. Let's say somebody named Jazori wanted to fake copy Michael or Omi's paintings and then sell them on digital. Now, let's say he actually made a couple sales by fooling people. And here we go. Jazori. But you can trace this all the way back, and if you find out that Jazori was the one who minted it, and then you look at this other one, and you find out that Omi was the one that minted it, then you will know that Omi is the original, and this is all a fraud, and everybody else got scammed along the way. Now, what are the actual scammers of artists doing? What are the people that are scamming artists? Let's talk about scamming artists right now. Not that I support this. I'm not condoning supporting artists, but let's actually... So, you're on it, Instagram, and you're an artist, and some random person messages you, NFT scammer, and they message you that they want to post that they want to take your art and they want to post it on the blockchain for you, NFT. And here's why this is so dumb, and IG artists should never fall for this. Because this is the simplest way to explain NFTs. All you need to do is, instead of being on Instagram, you go to a website called OpenSea, connect with the wallet, and all you do, it is really this easy. This is just an example. You could use any other area, but you go to a wallet and you upload. It's literally as simple as uploading your photo. So the only time you would ever want to deal with anybody who's promising to help you upload your art to an NFT is if you're a really successful artist. Like you have 500,000 plus followers, and you find an agent or a professional art manager who focused on NFTs, and you find them and they will help you mint all of your art as NFTs because that's their business. Now, but these scammers know that artists are too lazy to actually do their research on their own, because if by now you're an artist and you've been hearing about NFTs and you've even had a little bit of interest and you've heard about other artists, then you're just lazy. Honestly, if you haven't looked it up even for a moment, you're just lazy. And I don't know, maybe, like, I'm not saying you deserve to be scammed, but if you just spend a little bit of time, you can figure this out. And I'm being a tough love artist friend right now. Is take the time to do this. But literally all it is uploading your image to this platform, and it becomes an NFT. It is that easy. It uploads to the blockchain. It's already done. And the only time you would ever work with someone is if you have a lot of followers, people are craving your art, and you just want another way to generate income other than prints. If you're already selling prints, if you're already selling shirts, if you're already selling posters, if you're already selling mugs, and you want to find another way to sell your art, then you either do it yourself or you go find like an art agent who should already be contacting you privately, that specifically focuses on the digital. Now, again, the physical asset is a totally different conversation. You'll have to dig deeper. I don't know what companies are actually doing that, but the actual uploading of the digital image as an NFT, that's a whole different situation. But if somebody ever reaches out to you on IG and tells you they like your art and they want to help you become an NFT artist, you got to put away your ego and be like, yo, is my art really that good that these hundreds of people want to mint my NFT? Or, especially if you have under 1,000 followers, you're really not that good, honestly. You're not that famous that, if agents who are doing that want to be making money, they're going to be reaching out to artists who have hundreds of thousands of followers, because the only way they're going to make the NFT money is if they're selling. So if you have anything under like 50,000 followers on Instagram, there's probably not a real person reaching out to you to want to do all the work of minting your stuff on NFT. Just being honest, I know this is probably too real for some people. People probably don't want to hear it, but it's the truth. If people like your art, they don't reach out this way. They don't reach out like, hey man, I liked your art. Let me help you mint it as an NFT. No, you build relationships, because they got to know access to your wallet, your finances. There's money involved. Like, no, they're not doing that unless there's money to be made. Either, obviously, the scammers make their money from you giving them your money, whether on purpose or by accident through some check scam, or there's possibly a legit agent, but they don't talk like these dumbass scammers. Again, the scammers are dumbasses. They don't actually talk like those dumbass scammers. They're probably professionals with professional emails trying to reach out to you professionally, and they've probably interacted with you previously, and they're saying, hey, you got a lot of art. Will you allow us to help you mint? Possibly. Now, I don't know how they actually reach out, because I've never been reached out to from an actual agent that wants to sell my NFTs. But you know what? Some good people to follow. Beeple Crap. He's probably the best one. He sold 14 million of NFTs. But there's a lot of there's a lot of musicians who do this. But yeah, exactly. So anyway, screw scammers. If I wasn't trying to create a family-friendly channel, I would write a bad word about scammers right here, but I'm not going to. Screw the scammers. They're all dumb, and they can't carry a sophisticated professional conversation about art. I dislike all of you scammers out there, if any of you are scammers, and I hope you all rot in your own hovels. So anyway, I can't stand scammers. They suck. They ruin it for everybody. And again, you know how to tell the difference between a legit. If you gotta put your ego away and be like, hey, there's probably no chance that this person just randomly messaged me and says that they want to help me print my NFTs print my artist NFTs, because the gap again here is if you're an artist and you don't have that many followers, like your workload probably isn't that much, and you could probably easily upload your own art onto. You could upload it yourself real easy, but the scammers are relying on the fact that you don't know this, that you don't know that you can upload your own physical or digital work onto OpenSea really, really easily. Because if someone's actually going to take the time to do that, if someone's actually going to take the time to help you, work for you, be a business partner to you, and upload NFTs for you, then you're probably going to have at least 100,000 to 500,000 followers to offer these NFTs to. And that is the truth. If you're not up there, don't be mad at me. If you're not up there, that's something to work towards. And you know, honestly, again, 500,000 is like a relative number. I mean, you could have 1,000 followers that are amazing. You know, 1,000 true followers that, you know, would love to buy an NFT from you, and you could have less than 500,000. But again, it's what the agents, the managers, all those people, the curators, whatever, it's what they can see. And honestly, they're probably not looking for the people with just like 200, 500 followers. They want to know that they can make their money back from after their efforts of helping you becoming a business partner. So screw the scammers. I hope this was helpful. And that was my rant about those asshole scammers. So, but the person using the NFT, yes. So there's a lot of if you don't sell, you'll never sell out. Show you the crypto. All right. So Omizu is challenging all the scammers to go at him. Now, I personally wouldn't invite all scammers to try to attack me, but you know, you should. It's okay. I think it's definitely. Did what happen to me? Did I actually get scammed? No. Do I have a bunch of people that reach out to me saying, "Hey, I love your art. Will you let me do NFTs for you?" No, I know because I know those are scammers. I'm not even gonna waste a second trying to entertain the message. And you know what? I am confident about my art, but the majority of people who are gonna help an artist who paints physically to take the photos, upload them to the blockchain, and then do whatever, it's very limited. Especially, yeah, it's very limited. So. And you know what? Like, it's just one of those things. I like my art, but anyone who I've ever interacted with that has wanted to purchase my art has had a totally different message. What if they are the real deal? They're not. I know for sure they are not. You can, you could just smell a scammer from a mile away, and they all have the exact same message. Let me see if I can pull up some scammers. Let's call out scammers right now. Let's call out scammers. Actually, you know what? Let me see. No, I'm not gonna call out scammers right now. But I'm not gonna call out scammers right now just because, you know, I don't necessarily. So Omizu asked me a question. She's like, "How do you know?" And that's in my head. I'm like, you know what? I don't know 100% sure that all of these are not scammers. There is a 1% chance that they are not, and I don't want to be liable. I don't want to cause libel. But let me just show you the exact same message. Any artist has seen this message. Hopefully I can find it. Somebody commented on one of my paintings recently, so let me see if I can find it. But the worst thing about these scammers, though, I don't think it's the fact that they do the scamming. I think it's the fact that, you know, they try to they try to make you feel good, right? Like they make you feel good that somebody wants to see your stuff. So I'm gonna cover this guy's name, but they all have the same exact. Oh, so this guy liked my page, but he's not the scammer. So I'm gonna cover this guy's name. But look at this. Hello, I've been browsing through your profile. I'm highly delighted by the exceptional quality of your artwork. Your talent is truly remarkable. I must say, I'm interested in exploring the possibility of adding a few of your artwork to my collection as NFTs. As an NFTs, like that's not even correct enunciation. But before moving forward, could you please clarify if you retain ownership of the original copies? Assuming that's the case, I'd appreciate the opportunity to discuss further detail. Like this is not the way an agent would contact you. And not only that, they wouldn't actually have you go to a Telegram channel about being a global art collector publicly. It's just, no. If you were a successful person who was helping artists, if you were a successful person who was helping artists, you know, mint NFTs, or even an unsuccessful person, the last way you would say your message is like that, honestly, I don't think. So anyway, that person is a scam artist. Those messages are pretty much all the same and really dumb. And you know what? I hope that this is helpful. But let's go ahead and sharpen this. This has been I've been wearing this thing down, but fortunately, this pencil, this lead holder, actually has a sharpener built in. So I can actually sharpen this. But one problem is that it's really messy. So once you're done sharpening, you need a way to get rid of it. Who wants to see cats, by the way? They're doing something cool. They're grooming.
Timer for 4 minutes.
4 minutes?
We're almost done.
And there you go. Look how sharp that tip is now. But now I gotta go clean it. Excuse me. I gotta clean.
Hi. Sitting at the table with us? Is that the plan?
Alright, come through again.
That's what it looks like.
Okay, so my little NFT scammer ad. I hope you all found it helpful. Show the cats. Yes, you're seeing the cats. Yeah, I mean, you know what? I could get scammed. You know what? I've been scammed at a gas station, but you know, I can't say I've actually been scammed on the internet, knock on wood, because you always have to be cautious of new scams. You should always be cautious of new scams. But ultimately, you know what? As far as I know, I have not been part of a been affected by a major internet scam. But that's probably because I'm a skeptic and a cynic of most things. You have to get through a very cynical, critical filter. Not like cynical. I guess cynical is not the right word, but just like skeptical. Skeptical and critical, I think, are the right words. Anything more than that, and it's not really accurate. Boy, this cat is loving the cheese. He's trying to get into some cheese. So let's go like this. And then... Well, 3-game Monty, at least that's fun, right? Like 3-game Monty is actually like a fun game to play, and you can't help but want to get into it. Not that I would ever know, because I never played it. But you know what? As I was just saying, I think the worst part about these scammers, because I'm aware of them, so they don't really bother me now, is this idea that you get an email or a text or a message that from somebody who's like, "Hey, I love your art," and you know the humanity of it is that you want to believe that someone loves your art, right? You want to believe that somebody's really getting a kick out of it, that you know it really helped move somebody, and you have to really be critical and think like, you know, objectively about how that person is contacting you. And then you almost have to like admit to yourself, like, is my work really that good? And even if it is that good, you know, who's gonna help you and whether that counts legit. So not only do they make you feel like your art is good, but you know what, you really have to like dig into your own like psyche to, it's like the perfect, you know, NFT scammers are like the perfect artist scam, because you know, instantly right from the get-go, not only do you get an opportunity to flatter the person, right? You instantly flatter the person. Thereby, in order for them to accept that you might be a scammer, they have to overcome being nice, right? Like if someone tells you your art is nice, you know, your instant reaction isn't to be like, oh, you're a scammer. Like, you automatically feel obliged to be nice to that person, especially if they're messaging you on Instagram. So, you know, you kind of got to be like really like not that nice to scammers. But it's hard. It's hard because, you know, how can you not respond to someone who is interested in your art, right? How can you not be totally friendly and say hello back to an artist or to someone who's promising to help work for you and turn your beautiful art that they've been following you for weeks? How can you possibly not respond and give that person the time of day, right? It's just, you know, the human part of you really wants to appreciate that person. But at the end of the day, they are conning you. They're scammers, and they don't really care about your art. And that's the hardest thing to deal with when it comes to these scammers. You know, the money loss is one thing, but it's like, you really got to think about how these people manipulate your heartstrings. You know, it's horrible. It's horrible, right? Like they use this feeling of like, oh yeah, like I can't possibly, you know, be rude to this person. I have to respond to them. And no matter what, as much as I think about this, as much as I realize how many scammers are out there, as many times as I get this message and I know that they're scammers, you can just instantly tell by their profile photos and stuff. As much as I know this, I still sometimes just want to contact them back and be like, hey, you know, I really think it's great that you enjoyed my art. How can I help you? By the way, here's the other scam. The other end of the scam, they don't tell you that they're NFT sellers from the get-go. They get you they go, hey, I really like your art. Are they up for sale? And of course, you instantly want to go, yes, of course they're up for sale. Yes, please buy my paintings. And those are nefarious because as soon as you tell them, like, hey, yeah, they're up for sale, they go, oh, yeah, well, here's the truth. You know, I sell NFTs and I'm really interested in your work. And I just wanted to make sure that you're the owner of them because I want to help you get them as NFTs. And that's like, Gosh, I hate those scams. Because they don't tell you right from the get-go that they're scammers. If someone goes, hey, I sell NFTs, I want to help you make NFTs with your work because you're so great, you instantly know that they're a scammer. But you sometimes when they go, hey, I really like your work, is it for sale? That's a little bit harder to be aware of. But for the most part, anyone who's ever actually been seriously interested in buying my paintings or has bought a painting, the interaction is totally different, and that's really how I filter it. Like, anytime, just think about it, anytime you're interested in buying someone's painting, like, do you ask them if it's like for sale, like right off the get, if their work in general is for sale? Can you just put it over there, please? I'll be done in a minute. No, you go like, hey, what's up? I really like your paintings. Can you tell me about this piece or something? And it's just a totally different interaction. It feels different. I can't, speak for every single possible interaction that might happen of the way people buy work. Sometimes it's very casual. Sometimes, there's no fuss. Sometimes there is no like crazy, some unusual interaction. But it's different than what these scammers are doing. I just know it. And it could be really hard to ignore those messages of scammers. And here's the scary part. As soon as these scammer networks, which I'm guessing there's a network of them, as soon as these scammer networks know that you'll respond to their messages, that's when they know that there's that their bait will work, right? That's when they tell their other scammer friends. I'm assuming this is how they work. I mean, this is my guess. Because when I do respond, sometimes I'll get like more requests. What's up? Who is just said hello? What's up? But for chair. So yes, as soon as those scammers know you are a target, they will continue telling all their scammer friends about you. And here we go. So we're going to bring this up, bring this up, bring this up. And we're going to add the shadow right here. Add the shadow in this nose. So, but for chair, we're talking about scammers. We're talking about, what are they called? NFT scammers right now. And I'm basically ranting about how crappy they are, but also how to avoid them. So, I'm hopefully being at least somewhat helpful. But, truly, if I really think about it, the hardest part about dealing with these NFT scammers is accepting that, someone who says that they love your art and that they want to help you make an NFT of them, accepting that, it's probably not true. They're probably a scammer. And, you might have to not be nice to them. It can be so easy, especially, artists. We all want people to enjoy our paintings, enjoy our work. When people tell us nice things about ourselves, like, we want to believe that it's true, right? It's hard to be mean to the person that is. But I'm not saying to be mean to anybody likes your art, but like, just judge by the interaction. Use your judgment to understand the interaction and these scammers, the anatomy of these scams. And that's really the only way to do it. But I should have given a heads up. I actually need to society's enemy number one. Yeah, I actually need to take a break right now. We're gonna take a food break, and I'm trying to think of what the best way to frame this break is. We're going to move this and just show some painting. I'm going to take a food break. I guess I should write BRB, be right back. Be back. Let's say be right back.
Where should I sit? Where should you sit?
Hold on. Give me. this.
Watch out, kitties.
All right, I'm gonna go right here. Let's enjoy some of the other art here before we take our break. I'll put this little paper right here. Does that work? Be right back. I think that's right. We'll be back after this brief message. All right, here we go. We're back. Well, those of you that stuck around for a minute, scammers are today's enemy number one. Yes, they are. They are society's enemies number one. But okay. By the way, I also bought something cool today. The Miser. This is called the General's. It's a General's pen holder. It's called the Miser. And basically it's designed to hold pens that have gotten too... How do you do this? How do I do it without, like, ruining the pencil? I don't think that's possible, huh? Slide it in, I guess? Yeah, slide it in. And it's just a drawing pencil now. So I'm actually going to switch from my STAEDTLER to this one. Let's see, I have a pencil sharpener. I haven't used a pencil sharpener in a long time. So I bought this pencil sharpener. Let me see if I can find my pencil sharpener. So I bought this Faber-Castell. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that word right. Faber-Castell. And there's a problem. So it comes with 3 sharpeners, but I don't think any of them actually work for a pencil. So this one, actually, you know what? I don't know why I said that. I think I tried this one, but it was a little too rough. Or, you know, it was like not doing a good job of... Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's the right... Like, the size isn't right. I think there's better pencils. Pencil sharpeners. Something about it wasn't right. Let's see how it does. Oh, that's actually pretty good sharpener. But anyway, I don't know. I tried it before and I thought it didn't do a good job, but I've been wrong before. So let's go ahead and use this pencil to draw. We're going to draw from a slight distance. As you can see, there is a cat here. Cat shadow. Most handsome cat here. So nice to pet a kitten. They are the best things, kittens. If everybody got a kitten, the world would be a better place. Everybody would be happier. Yes, I'm petting him right now, if you can see. Just doing his little round head pat here. Yeah, kittens. Kittens are the best. If you don't like kittens, you're banned from this channel. No kitten haters allowed. So I'm actually going to raise this a little bit. Let's go. I don't want to show too much of our food table. Let's see. How can I raise this just enough to see those ears? And then let's go. You guys see him? Maybe a little bit. Yeah, you should be able to see him. The only problem is he's a... oh no, his head's a little bit high, and that's why. Yes. Happy kitty. Happy cat. There you go. There's a cute cat. The cutest. The best. Alright, let's do some drawing. We're on some ears now. How exciting is that? We moved past faces onto ears. So let's start like this. There we go.
You did this thing. You did it and you like it. You just decided not to look at it. That's you all over. Sure, man, it's still on. But sure, yes.
And then we're gonna go down.
She knows something most people don't. They learn everything.
And let's see how this here looks. I'm gonna keep going. The art wall. Yes, the wall of art.
I'm gonna wake up in that hotel.
I'm gonna go like this. I think that's about a little bit longer than that. So I'm gonna go.
So bad. She got me so bad
It's a little bit longer than that one. A little bit longer. Maybe just a little bit more. A little bit more. And then whatever happens here needs to end here. So we're gonna go.
Like a dream, and now she is fixed and pretty. And underneath, she is a horror. Don't pick up the paintings. Death and brought. But she is pretty.
I'm gonna go like this. And here we go. Just drawn ears. The fun, the joy of drawn ears.
This isn't real. It's a dream.
It's real. She's dying.
She designed it, see, she was getting ready to show it to the only time.
And here we go.
Just once, so she could take, and never again. But a simple walk or some glass taught me so much.
And let's see. So we're gonna come up here. Just follow this ear. I guess you can't really see it. Let me move this closer. I've lost my conversational style, so I try to bring that back. Get back to talking while we're drawing. So I'm focused on this ear right up here. This is the ear. This is the one. So we're just gonna come down with this, and then we're gonna come up. This is the ear. And we're gonna come down like that. And let's see, we got another ear that comes around like this.
I don't remember. I don't feel anything. No, I don't feel anything else.
And here we go. So copying the shapes. This is pretty much just a copying exercise that I'm doing. These studies are just copying. No creativity. I'm not being creative. I'm literally just doing some technical stuff. Just using, training my visual acuity to see things. But also more importantly, you know, I think another thing about the Bargue, specifically these specific things that I'm studying, it's meant to teach an aesthetic. It is meant to teach a very I don't want to say classical is probably like overused term, but like You know, just like a it teaches a very specific look. You know, you can see that there's like a character to all these ears. It's not just like realism, but it's like a text, like a way. There's a thing to it. There's a design. There's a look. There's a character to all of these images, or all of these images that you're copying. And and then let's see, this is going to come around, curve that around. Oh, you know what I messed up on is these lines should be about the same angle as this one, but I didn't do that. But it's okay. We're going to keep going. Got to round out some of these corners. You know what? Did I finish this? Yes, I did. So we're going to round out some of these shapes. Curve around this ear here. Round out the ear. Bring that down. And the ear does have like a lot of like corners, interestingly enough, when you look at an ear. So it's not totally off to like have these corners and stuff, but at the end of the day, it's I say that a lot. At the end of the day, oh yeah, these lines should pretty much all the exact same angle. So that's something I'm noticing now that maybe I should have noticed from the beginning, but I didn't notice it from the beginning, which means that now is my chance to fix my mistakes. And some exact mistakes over and over. So this is going to come down with a line. We're going to get another line right there. And then we're going to get boom, boom. And then we're going to go I don't even know what these, I guess these markings just signify that there's like a change. There's a subtle transition in the form of the ear, I guess, is what they're trying to symbolize here. So round that out, round this out, give it another corner right there. Give it some roundness right here. And we're going to go boom, boom. Bring that down. Bring this around. Bring that like that. Bring that up. And let's go. Let's see, this is actually going to come around. We're going to go bring this ear fully down here. Give it another dimension right there. And boom. So we're going to go carve this around here. And here we go. So just copying. How easy can it be to learn to draw? You just copy. But the important thing about this, as far as drawing goes, isn't the copying itself, but I think it's the ability. What you're really training. You're not really training an ability to just draw. You know, I think with this, the Bargue courses, the Bargue trainings, you're learning the ability to look and copy. And I know that doesn't sound really good, but if you're gonna go out, if you're gonna draw people, if you're gonna you know, do master copies, if you're gonna sketch, you know, the better and more accurate you feel like you can duplicate something, the better and more confident you'll feel about going out and doing it. You're gonna enjoy it. So I feel like I need some more a darker line in these here, some darker lines here. And here we go. Round that out. All right, easy enough. Then we'll move on to the next ear. So one thing, this section right here. It's like so annoying trying to find Just placement of the hand here. But anyway, let's go to the next ear. We go to the next ear.
Oh my god.
Go, go.
There, look. Fucking there.
Boom, right there. And then we're going to draw another line coming around. And just like that. Okay. So that's fairly close angle. As you can see, I'm copying this one. Maybe you couldn't see that, but I'm letting you know now that that's what I'm copying. I feel like this angle might be a little bit too angled, but we'll find out in just a moment here. When we decide on the final size of this, that's about the same length, so do that about the same length as that. And then we're gonna go down right here. That's gonna end right around there. So draw that down a bit. And here we go. Final turn of the ear right here. And let's go boom.
Ends with houses all at once. Light a fire in the evenings. People would come to me to have their fortunes. And I would love potions or something. I will have a brother.
And here we go. We'll bring this in right here. And let's go like this. I'm gonna end this right here, just above, around the same area. It's an awkward angle for me to do my hand gesture there.
We're so glad you're finally here. Go. Why don't you let it go? You just got here.
And let's go
Don't.
do that.
You're awake. And I'm so sorry. We're having such a nightmare.
Sorry.
No, don't apologize to me. It wasn't your fault. Never. Once. You.
I wasn't. I'm not.
You were. And you. It's the only way you know you do something it wasn't really meant. Should have been said to you like you were.
And here we go. Just gonna keep building this up. That's gonna be about right there.
She keeps saying
Just look at me. Look at me. This is a gift. For us all.
I'm dead. I don't want to be dead.
But you want to be.
No, I don't.
And here we go.
You've been knocking on that door for years and years and years. We could hear you knocking louder all the time. And finally, here you are. Please, don't.
No, I have to.
Please.
Let's see, here we we go. Bring this down a bit too as well. Just seeing how this goes. We're going to curve that into there.
We have. All of us have. I need you to know that. So many times I didn't know it. All of us. Really?
So I feel like this specific area, the earlobe is much bigger. But we'll make it work. We'll figure it out. We will make things happen.
All of us have.
So here we go. This is an interesting little piece right here. So let's go like this. And you can even copy the cross hatching here. And just copy the cross hatching. And then into here, oh yeah, this little piece right here needs to be. And here we go. Let's round out the ear. Round it out. And you know, we're gonna round out this piece right here into.
I thought for so long that time was like a line that elements were laid out like dominoes and that they fell one into another. And it went just days tipping one into the next, in a long line between the beginning and the end.
And let's see, let's round this ear out right here.
Moments fall around us like rain.
Round this section out right here. Round the shadow out to try to match the ear a little bit better. Round this corner out. Connect that a little better. Round this ear out, and then you keep the shadow a little bit. Round this section out.
Mom says the house is like wine, and that every house.
All right, and here we go. Let's find our shapes in here.
Bones, skin, face. This room is like hard. Hard to stomach. Was your dance studio with you? Is my toy room? Is it reading room for Mom?
All right. All right, another. What's up, another? Welcome back. Hope you're doing great. What has your day been like? What is your day? What does your day consisted of, friend?
While it digested. I'm like a small creature swallowed whole by a monster. And the monster feels my tiny little weakness inside.
Oh man, work 9 p.m. to 5:30 or 9 a.m. to 5:30? Yeah, I worked this afternoon. Got a half shift.
I'm so sorry our last words were in anger.
So glad to be able to be a part of your evening wrap up. That's awesome. Does this help you wind down? Does this help you sleep?
So many times.
Or do you just like the community here, the creative community that we're growing all together.
Like a tear on a cheek. Think of that when we stand in the rain. I loved you completely. And you loved me the same. That's all. The rest is confetti.
This seems to be another skill, is getting your hash hash marks to be the same all the way up, just a consistent look for your hash marks. That's definitely a skill that I probably have to work on. But as we're moving along, you know, we see progress. We are seeing progress. We're seeing transformation of our artwork. 8:30 to 5, but oh, nice. All right, so what are you making, butt for chair? Are you open to sharing your social media so we can all take a gander at your creative efforts? Take a Gandalf at the creativity of butts for chairs. Like drawing and painting, just getting back to it. Oh man, well, sorry to hear about that, and glad you were able to find your inspiration again. So let's see, we're gonna go with a very light line. That's oh, yeah, okay, so that's personal. I get it. That's cool. You don't have to share it.
Forgive a girl for being lonely. Nothing sadder than a cold day. But all those wedding bags feel cold. Don't they, loves?
What's up, son? What's up?
Huh?
I think she likes her new food.
Oh. So I think having the extended this extended piece definitely helps it, because you could just use your wrist or like your shoulder or whatever to do these things.
I have 2 lives and I can remove myself. I can hear air and taste the You changed so much.
For my heart.
How long has it been since you were here?
Longer than I intended. It's too hard to see here this way. This way. Had you with me.
Sleeping child is theme. Oh, that's cute. So are you drawing them live, or are you referencing a photo? What is your creative process for this? What are you doing for your creative process?
Back against it, and my arms out wide because I knew there were muscles on the other side and they wanted what was left of our family. And I held it so hard, and I didn't have arms left for the kids. The monsters cut through anyway.
That's what monsters do. But not here.
No, especially here.
They're in your roots. They're out there, and we're in here, and the children are finally safe.
But no, they're not.
You kept them from me. You kept them from the truth. stairs. And it started walking. No more headaches. No pain. Gain. And now no pain.
Took a photo. Do I have Discord? Yeah. So I'm on Omizu's Discord. I don't know if Omizu's here, but we'll have to send you. So I'm on Omizu's Discord. I'm a part of Omizu's community. I don't know if he's here right now, but I don't know if I could send an invite to that. But yeah, I mean, if you looked me up, Huzzah Creative, you'll be able to find me. But as far as like an art community goes, I am in Omizu's. But here we go. Let's go. I'm gonna bring this ear around, and we're gonna add a shadow. Yeah, you can Huzzah Creative. You can easily find me, and then I can invite you into Omizu's or whatever. Let's go. We're gonna darken some of the shadow here. Ooh, this is a challenge because they're starting to hold my hands less for this. My hands are being less held by this.
They explode to death. And if you could reach up with some great hand and pull them down.
There's less hand holding as you move into these ears to help you decide what to paint or I mean color.
Into the world. Let them go.
I'll be alone again.
It wasn't what I considered. I would have laid down with you. I would have followed you right into the darkness. But those kids live. Those kids.
Let me see. Actually, you know what? Let me try to pull up right now. Let me try to pull this up right now. Are you? Oh my gosh.
But I was wrong. That's the secret.
So weird. I keep getting the cat. I keep getting this like request that casting request, but I already sent in my stuff again. I'll pull up the Discord and let me see if I can send the invite here. Maybe I'll have to join my chat from join this chat from a different room. I don't know. Copy paste Omizu's paint server. What's the name of this? How do I share a server? I'm gonna go invite, copy link, and then we're gonna go into my YouTube. Let's see. All right. Oh yeah, I can pop into this chat. And let's go.
Learn about crypto and get rewarded as you learn with Coinbase Learning.
Here we go.
We've paid out over $100 million in crypto rewards since Coinbase Learning
Gregory.
launched in 2018. To start earning,
Huzzah, really? You're getting a Gregory? That's weird. A Gregory.
So cute.
Oh, it should be all one word. Should all be one word. One word, Huzzah Creative. I think that's the issue. But anyway, I just typed it into the chat right here. That's that's the Discord. there might be another Gregory. There might be a Gregory somewhere. So, no, that's fine, man. No worries about throwing me off. Throwing me off is fine.
Is always advancing with game-changing formulas that promote mental sharpness and help extend lives. See what nutrition can do. Purina Pro Plan. Always advancing.
So this is getting much harder because I'm not getting the same hand holding as the previous ears. So with this less bit of hand holding, I have to figure out, like, you know, how to give these ears shadow.
Liv?
And honestly, I think that ear looks fairly mediocre. Small ear. It's okay. I don't know. Maybe we'll have to do a mix of like dark pen work. You know what? And next, I'll probably be done here with this stream tonight in like within the half hour. I'm thinking. I have enough personal aptitude for probably another half hour of this. So we're gonna go with an ear right here.
Why are you here?
Let's do a line.
What happened?
The line is almost straight, but it's not totally, which is perfect. And we're gonna start with
I can fix this. I can fix it.
right here. Yeah, this actually could go like that. And then this go like that.
I can fix it. No, I can fix this. You can't. Why is this happening? Why are you even here? We need to get the police. Why are you here? Our daughter's got out of bed tonight with a baby.
No, 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 oh no.
All the fiction. All the fiction. She wasn't in her bed. I didn't know. I didn't know.
Let's keep this going. Sometimes these shapes don't make sense, but like, you know, trying to figure out the, I guess at this point, it's really just about figuring out, you know, taking off the training wheels, and you have to spend the time to figure out your own path and your own shadows and everything. Not totally, like you could see them, but you have to like figure out how to put them in yourself. That's where the training wheels come off. Instead of having every piece handed to you, you still have to start, you know, deciding little by little on your own shadow, your own interpretation of space. And that's one thing I like about this course is it's not spoken. There's a lot of unspoken things that I feel like, you know, as a person who's like studying it, there's a lot of unspoken things, which I'm sure if you went to professional, they'd tell you, but you went to like a professional teacher who's been training on Bargue forever, you know, they could tell you like, hey, this is what this means. This is like the interpretation, whatever. But I feel like there's so many nice subtle things about this program that, you know, it's like, hey, now's the time to take off the training wheels, because like it's getting harder to decide where the shadows are. The shapes are becoming much more complex, and you know, rather than keeping you as a dependent upon this every step of the way, you get the opportunity to really kind of figure it out. So you're chatting with Omizu? No, I'm not Omizu.
Back to the woods, huh?
So Omizu is Omizu Paints here. He's not in the room right now. He's not in the room right now. He's not in this live stream right now, I don't think. Let me go on there so I could just type in a chat.
We kept her out of the world to keep her safe. We're the only ones who even know her. To warn her. I didn't say anything about Olivia.
Oh, okay. So, here's the work. This is cool. I like the color choice.
We know
I really like the color choice
what happened here tonight.
for the fruits there.
And your plans.
Going with some blue on the red, experimenting with color. That's awesome.
We'll remember them.
Because, you know, I don't know if you actually saw the blue or whatever, or how you decided on the blues on these strawberries, but very cool. Nice.
Protect that for you.
And,
Yeah.
obviously this is somebody.
If you keep this
That's
house,
somebody's painting. That's cool.
keep this
All right. Nice.
keep everyone else
Keeping
around.
at it. I love the brushwork.
Let it
Just
take
swirling
anything
around. You
else
got a style going, man.
But leave it here.
So here we go. We're gonna go like this, and let's darken this line right here, and then we're gonna go.
All belong to you. It's dangerous. Both of you.
I don't care. This is where she is now. And her mother. I won't leave her here alone. I will not.
So
Please, you.
What'd you say, Kat?
This is so weird the way it's ending.
Hmm.
Not what I expected at all.
How's it ending?
Please.
I'm not gonna tell you.
What? Just tell me. I'm not gonna watch it.
The caretakers have a daughter, and they never let her out of the house. She never went anywhere. But she didn't realize that the little girl was sneaking over to the Hill House and was friends with the two youngest children of the family.
She's real.
Yeah, so Abigail was real. And they thought she was like another ghost, like the others received.
Okay.
And the mom, who was under the influence of other ghosts, poisoned her.
What?
Yeah, she's gonna poison all the kids. Abigail and her own two children.
Oh.
But the other two children, Abigail drank first, and she's like seized up, and she's drinking strychnine, so she foamed, and the other two didn't drink the tea.
So she poisoned the person's daughter?
Yeah.
And then what happened? What happened? Like she. So how's this ending? I don't understand.
Never mind. I'm trying to watch it.
Okay. She's like, shut your mouth. It's like, Emmett, shut up. Stop asking questions, dude. That's something I like to do. I like to translate. Whenever my cats do stuff, I like to translate if they were thinking in real life. Like, I don't know. It's more of a in the moment thing when I come up with random stuff, but I'll give them like random thoughts. Like, hey man, wake your butt up and feed us. Or whatever. But here we go. We're going to go. This is going to be darkened. We're going to draw another shadow right here, and then come around.
Never been prouder of anything. Anything.
So dark shadow plus some really light shadow right there.
Care of each other. And be kind to each other. And nothing else. Be kind. I was so lucky to be your dad.
And this is pretty much it for this year. Not much else going on. You think you're sharing successfully now? What do you mean sharing successfully?
You want that out? No, no, that's mine for later. Halfway dinner.
Share your art. The grading. Grading, yes, we're grading. Yeah, well, oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. No, I'm totally open to like share all sorts of stuff. Totally open. There we go. Very good. Just keep at it, man. Keep at it. Write down your goals. Write down. I learned this great exercise. It's literally just write down your goals twice a day. It's been helping me a lot. It's helped me build some new confidence. But the exercise is pretty simple. Just, I know it sounds kind of a little bit like overkill, but write down your goals twice a day. And supposedly that has a positive effect if you write down your goals like twice a day. But here, I should plug this battery back in. And maybe let's see if we use this black pen, what happens. This
A marriage is a wish. A marriage would be like a house. A marriage would be haunted. And let that happen to us. So sorry. You're scaring me.
I have something I have to tell you. And I'm going to. But I need you to remember while I do that I love you. My sweet friend. My best friend. I'm asking you to love me hard for the next few minutes. And it might be the hardest thing you've ever had to love. But I know we'll be okay because it's us. So
I think what ultimately this problem
I'm asking you to hold my hand
is
while I'm falling.
this is a little too dark. Without outlines, without the right outlines, it can get a little too dark. But yeah, man, look forward to seeing future, chatting with you in the future. And seeing, you know, that the shares on there. Yeah, I guess it's great to just have people share art on your group of music, because then it's like, hey, we can just pop in there, and we don't have to be like, I don't have to be like, hey, where's your Instagram? You know, I can just be like, hey, let me pop into Discord and see who we can make fun of. It's like, who can, let's just pop into Omizu's Discord and make fun of random people's work who share their work. Of course, with permission first, you know, if they ask. Someone wants to feel made fun of, we could do that. We could make that happen. Just kidding. If anybody wants a roast, wants to get roasted, or get a roast, we can make it happen. Let's roast people. You know, maybe you could start on the server, have a separate section, roast me. A roast me section, roast my art section. One of my favorite art YouTube groups is called one of my favorite art YouTube groups, art Facebook groups, is actually called the Rude Artist Group. And it's just basically, it says, rude artists, no nice talk. And I love it because I feel like I can be my tough love self. And it's like, you know, obviously anyone on there going there is looking for like a really like, you know, critical, harsh critique. And I actually, you know, it actually feels like, you know, if I was to be a tough love teacher. But for the most part, I'm nice. I just when it comes to a certain, if people want the feedback, they can get it. They can ask for it, you know? So I need to go.
So it seems is love.
The music in this movie, this show is so like, just so,
Angsty, yeah.
huh?
The whole show is about angst.
Love is the relinquishment.
It's so like angsty. I don't know if angst is the right word. It's like so dramatic and like bittersweet. I don't know. Maybe you're right. Could be the word. But I don't feel angry when I listen to it though.
Not anger, angst.
But angst is a form of anger, isn't it?
No, it's not at all. Look at him.
Without it, we
Watch
cannot
him.
continue for long to exist the same way under conditions of absolute
I know you're watching it, but I'm debating the definition of angst and not.
not same. Stands against this ghost who darkness with.
I don't have my phone.
Why? I'd ask Alexa, but I know you hate her. You don't like
Alexa,
Alexa.
what's the definition of angst?
Within,
Angst is a term used to describe a profound sense of anxiety, dread, or anguish. It is a feeling of inner turmoil that can affect an individual's well-being and ability to function effectively. This emotion is often associated with experiences such as fear, uncertainty, and helplessness, and it can be triggered by various factors such as relationships, career choices, and life decisions.
Close, I guess, huh?
Anger?
Angst.
Nothing to do with anger.
Okay.
together.
Fear, loneliness, anxiety. That's not anger.
Okay. All right, babe. You're right.
That's what this whole thing has been about. Angst.
Am I wrong when I call you an illustrator and animator? I feel like that's a proper term. Is that wrong? I don't know. I don't think it's wrong. You are an animator, man. You do animation stuff. You animate GIFs and 8-bit styles and all that cool stuff. You illustrate wonderful. Oh. Well, if someone posts on the roast group, maybe I will if Omizu does start a roast group. But if you really want a good roasting, on Facebook, look up the Rude Artists group. But I don't necessarily know if I'm gonna. I don't know. I'm not quite sure if I want to go that route with this channel of an art roast channel. It'll be fun. I can roast my own art, but I don't know. We'll see. I might give it a roast. One consideration? What do you mean one consideration? You mean like one exception to roast, to give you a roast? Give your art a good roasting? Do you mean consideration or exception? I don't know what you meant by. Oh, Omizu, the artiste. I shall have to gain more clarity on the fine artistry of Omitsuwara.
Some things. It's like
You want to roast? Okay, let's give a butt for chair a roast. Roast his artwork. Hmm. Well, I won't do the sleeping child one because that's personal. But okay, I mean, you know, if we're gonna roast this, I mean, first of all, I've already complimented so many times, but you know, I would say that the overall structure, you know, the brushwork, it's got character, but it's really messy. You know, I mean, it's like it's pretty messy. And if you're going for that, like, you know, that like classic impressionist look, it probably needs like more clarity on direction. You know, not necessarily like a Jackson Pollock where he kind of just threw stuff, but more like, you know, someone who is organized but like separates more cohesively. I don't know, it feels weird. It feels weird roasting someone that I know. Usually my roasts go to like random people who like like actively seek it. So here we go. Let's see. What else can we roast? Look at this. So look at this attempt at 3D, but still using like outlines. Like pick like, you know, like pick one or the other, right? Like, you know, you got these lines on the outside around the oranges, and then, you know, you didn't want to fully commit to, you know, that style, that Japanese you know, print style where it's either flat and you know, you decorate with color, or you're going to use shadows. But you decided to not totally commit to either the use of creative colors or whether you're going to do shadows. So so there we go. There's another thought roast there. Let's see what else. I mean, I'm not gonna roast the technical element of the actual like these shadow transitions, because, you know, you could probably tell easily like this bruise on this tomato. But you know what? I mean, I appreciate the attempt. The attempt for detail on these like oranges. They have spots, and like, you know, this is actually pretty good. I like this little like stem. But, you know, where's the stem? Why is the stem like the most intriguing, most 3D looking thing, whereas everything else is like either a flat or an attempt at shadow here? And I go on. If you want me to, if you're about to start crying, let me know, and I'll stop. But, and then let's see. Yeah, I mean, I think the biggest noticeable thing is like commit to one or the other, man. Like, are you gonna do shadows? Are you gonna stick with shadows and like, you know, these painted shadows that are green, or are you gonna commit to, you know, being a brilliant colorist and just explore the full extent of color? Or unless you can actually make this a thing, which I don't know, it's possible, but probably unlikely. And with that, yeah, I don't even know what this is. What the heck is that thing? What is... It's like oh, this is like a shriveled up orange, right? This must be a really shriveled orange that you kind of like ripped up the ripped off the sides, and you just like let it shrivel and dry in the oven for a little bit or something, and then you just decided to throw that out there. That's obviously what that is. But let's see what else here. Yeah, all right. Well, definitely the outside, you know, it looks like you try to do something cool, something impressionist-y, but, you know, you haven't really put the effort to like really think about how color mixes. And I don't know. I can't tell. Honestly, I don't know. I don't spend a lot of time with acrylic, but I can't tell if this is acrylic or what. But you know, whatever this like coloration here, it's very hectic. It's like, did you try to? I can't figure it out. You know, it's like you try to paint something and make it look nice, and then you just kept painting over it with darker and darker colors. But other than that, you know, whatever. Good use of painting over everything though. But yeah, good use of like painting the whole canvas, even though you know you didn't really, even though you didn't like. Oh, did you paint over something? I don't know. But very cool. All right. Well, yeah. I mean, it's layering, of course, but the way that this is layered, it's kind of like da 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 da, rather than like a smooth layer. I can't tell if you're trying to go. The thing is I can't tell if this is self-expression. If this is self-expression or if this is just not knowing. And maybe if you can find a way to be more clear, you know, this color expression of like this layering here, which is very clear, but you can't tell if it's like a personal expression of like messing with paint or whether it's your just, you know, whatever. Oh, you worked in architecture. I can't hurt you. Okay. All right. Well, I will put some of my work on there to be roasted if Omizu puts a roast page. In memory of your brother riding a pig. Dude, that's hilarious. This is actually a very amusing painting. Now, obviously, I could roast it, but since it's of another person, this is funny. I like it. You put more than one image at a time? Oh yeah, you can. Let me put some more. Let me put a bunch of my photos for good roasting, so that it's not so. I don't know, Amizi, are you ever gonna make a roast page, or is that gonna be a thing? Because then I could just put the photos on there. But if you're not, you know. Then I'll just post it on Share Your Art and make it your architecture. A toast or no, that was a toast. That was a toast. Let me find some stuff for roasting here. Let's see. I'll add a couple. Add a couple for the roast. All right, so I just uploaded 3 paintings for the roast. Feel free to nitpick and say piece you ate. That's why I knew it looked like it was weird in some way, like unusually shaped. But hey, you know what? I will give an A for creativity in that sense, that you picked something that was not perfect. I'm not like the official grader, by the way. But you know, something that you picked as an artist to another artist rather than a roaster. I think that The fact that you picked a half-eaten one is actually creative. So anyway, that is the roast. I wish I had known that there was gonna be a roast sooner, because then I could compliment sandwich it, you know, like add a compliment at the end so that we end with good feelings. But yeah, look at this awesome illustration. His brother riding a pig. That is so funny, man. And like I just love how this whole like there's just like this like whole topsy-turvy, just like this whole thing is just like kind of like slanted, and it feels like he's about to fall off the pig. That's hilarious. But that pig butt plus this illustration feels straight out of a childhood memory. So great job capturing that. And I don't know, I'm guessing this is an interpretation of grass, which feels very I don't know, not Monet. There's this one artist in the Getty Center. One of the impressionists, he just like paints with a lot of these blues and reds. Very French artist. But anyway, there we go. There's our compliment sandwich. That makes all the roasting acceptable now. Yes, good cop, bad cop. But you know what, everybody? I'm actually gonna wrap up for the evening. Get ready for tomorrow. We got a lot to do tomorrow. But tomorrow will be another busy day. So, what are you doing, Kat?
Looking for my phone. Remember I was sitting here?
Well, your phone ain't here.
Oh wait. Get out of there. That's my cheesecake. Kitty, no. You don't need to bark. You're a cat.
Oh, you did make a roast. Okay. Awesome, dude. All right, so Amiza has made a roast channel. Hopefully this becomes a thing. Hopefully. But with that, that is night for me. I'm gonna call this a done for now. And everybody, hey, great talking to y'all. Nice to have a community of artists. I think it's fantastic. It's one of the best you can enjoy. And take care, everyone. Good night.